Welcome back to Dark Psychology. Let me ask you something most men think about, but rarely say out loud. Do people still notice me? Am I still attractive as I get older? It's a quiet question, a private one, and it often shows up late at night in moments of reflection when youth seems glorified everywhere and maturity feels invisible. Society has trained men to believe that attraction has an expiration date, that confidence fades with age, and desirability belongs only to the young. But that belief is not only wrong, it's deeply misleading. Here's the truth most men are never told. Attraction doesn't disappear with age. It evolves. What once relied on speed, flash, and attention gradually transforms into something far more powerful: presence, emotional depth, and quiet confidence. The kind that doesn't need to announce itself. The kind that's felt the moment you walk into a room. Many men underestimate their own appeal because they're looking for outdated signals, obvious flirting, exaggerated reactions, loud validation. But mature attraction works differently. It's subtle, psychological, often silent. And if you don't understand the language, you'll miss it entirely, even when it's happening right in front of you. In today's video, we're breaking down the real signs that reveal you're a good-looking older man, even if you don't see it yourself. These signs aren't about superficial charm or ego. They're rooted in body language, emotional intelligence, respect, and the calm authority that only life experience can create. Stay with me until the end, because once you recognize these signals, you won't just see yourself differently. You'll understand why women respond to you in ways you may have never fully noticed before. One of the clearest yet most overlooked signs that you're an attractive older man is how comfortable younger women feel around you. This comfort isn't loud or dramatic. It shows up quietly, in relaxed conversations, genuine smiles, and an ease that feels natural rather than forced. You might notice it in small moments. A barista who lingers a little longer while talking to you. A coworker who seems more open and engaged in your presence. A younger woman who listens attentively when you speak, not out of politeness, but genuine interest. These moments aren't random, they're signals. Younger women are often surrounded by emotional unpredictability, men who rush, compete, overcompensate, or seek validation. When they encounter someone who is calm, grounded, and emotionally steady, it stands out immediately. Your ability to listen without interrupting, speak without trying to impress, and remain relaxed under pressure creates a sense of safety. And safety is where attraction begins. When a woman feels comfortable, she feels open. When she feels open, emotional connection becomes possible. Your presence communicates maturity, patience, and self-assurance, qualities that can't be faked and are only earned through experience. You don't need exaggerated stories or dominant behavior. Your quiet confidence does the work for you. And that comfort you create, it's one of the strongest foundations of attraction there is. Another strong indicator of your attractiveness as a mature man is when people, especially women, comment on your style, grooming, or overall presentation. These compliments may seem casual, but they carry much more meaning than most men realize. As men grow older, their appearance becomes less about trends and more about identity. The way you dress, the way you maintain your hair or beard, and even the scent you choose all communicate something important: self-respect. When someone notices and mentions these details, it means you've made an impression without trying to demand attention. This isn't about dressing flashy or chasing fashion, it's about intention. Clean lines, proper fit, good hygiene, and consistency signal discipline and awareness. Women are especially attuned to these cues because they suggest reliability and emotional maturity. A man who takes care of his appearance sends a powerful subconscious message: I value myself. And when a man values himself, others instinctively believe he'll treat them with the same care and consideration. That's why a simple compliment about your jacket, haircut, or overall look often reflects deeper admiration than it appears on the surface. In psychology, attention to detail is associated with competence and confidence. Your grooming isn't just about how you look, it's about how you move through the world, and women notice that more than you think. This sign is subtle, quiet, and incredibly powerful. When a woman holds your gaze just a little longer than necessary, it's rarely accidental. Lingering eye contact is one of the oldest and most instinctive signals of attraction, especially when words are left unspoken. You might notice it in everyday places, the gym, a cafe, a store, or a social gathering. Your eyes meet. She looks at you, and instead of quickly turning away, she stays for an extra moment. That pause carries meaning. It signals curiosity, awareness, and interest. For mature men, attraction often isn't expressed through bold moves or obvious flirting. It's communicated through presence. The way you sit calmly, move with ease, or occupy space without tension creates an energy that draws attention. Women respond to that grounded confidence because it feels steady and reassuring. That lingering look is her way of acknowledging something she feels but hasn't spoken. It's a silent question. Who is this man? And more importantly, how does he make me feel? Eye contact works on a psychological level. It builds connection before conversation ever begins. And when a woman maintains that connection with her eyes, she's already emotionally leaning in, testing the bond before words get involved. As you grow older, you may notice that women begin to approach you not just for small favors, but for advice, perspective, or guidance. This shift is important because it signals something deeper than casual interaction. It signals trust. When a woman asks for your opinion on work, relationships, or life decisions, she's recognizing your experience and emotional stability. She sees you as someone who understands situations beyond surface-level reactions. This perception is deeply attractive because it reflects wisdom, patience, and reliability. Unlike younger men who may respond impulsively or emotionally, you bring calm reflection. You listen before you speak. You offer insight rather than judgment. That grounded response creates a sense of emotional safety, which naturally draws people closer. Your life experience, successes, failures, lessons learned, shows in the way you communicate. Women notice how you stay composed, how you don't rush to prove yourself, and how your words carry weight without needing volume. This creates quiet authority. In psychology, respect is a foundational element of attraction. When a woman respects your perspective, admiration often follows. And admiration is not fleeting. It's the kind of attraction that grows deeper over time. Being seen as a man of insight and steadiness places you in a category that many men never reach, regardless of age. One of the most powerful signs of mature attractiveness is a calm, confident presence. You don't chase attention. You don't need to dominate conversations or prove your worth. And yet, people notice you. That's because real confidence doesn't announce itself. It's felt. As an older man, your strength lies in certainty. You know who you are, what you value, and what you no longer need to impress. This inner clarity shows in your body language. Your movements are relaxed. Your posture is steady. Your tone is measured. All of this communicates self-assurance without a single word. Women are especially sensitive to this energy. In a world filled with noise, competition, and emotional unpredictability, your calm becomes grounding. It creates a sense of safety and stability that's deeply attractive. You don't react impulsively. You stay composed under pressure. That emotional steadiness builds trust instantly. Psychologically, humans mirror the emotional state of those around them. When you're relaxed and centered, others feel it too. Women don't just see your confidence, they experience it in how they feel around you. And that feeling often leaves a lasting impression. This kind of presence isn't developed overnight. It's earned through experience, self-reflection, and resilience. And once it's there, it quietly sets you apart in a way that youth alone never could. Many men underestimate how attractive physical vitality becomes with age. You don't need extreme muscle or dramatic strength to stand out. When people say things like, "You're in great shape for your age," or "You seem really active," they're noticing something important, your energy. These comments aren't about comparison. They're about presence. The way you stand, walk, and move through space reflects discipline and self-care. Good posture, steady movement, and ease in your body signal health and longevity. And those signals are deeply attractive. Vitality represents commitment, to your body, your future, and your quality of life. Women instinctively recognize this. A man who respects his physical well-being is often someone who also values his time, his mindset, and his relationships. From a psychological standpoint, physical energy communicates readiness for life. It says you're engaged, capable, and not drifting. Even subtle signs, lifting something with ease, moving without tension, maintaining balance, send powerful messages. Attraction isn't just visual, it's visceral. When you carry yourself with strength and ease, people feel it, and that quiet sense of vitality often leaves a stronger impression than dramatic displays ever could. If you've noticed women laughing easily around you, even at jokes you consider simple or slightly corny, that's a meaningful sign of attraction. Laughter isn't just about humor, it's about emotional connection and comfort. When a woman laughs with you, she's responding to how you make her feel, not just what you say. Your relaxed delivery, warm tone, and ability to laugh at yourself signal emotional security. That sense of ease is incredibly appealing because it creates a safe and enjoyable atmosphere. As men mature, humor often becomes less about impressing and more about connecting. You're not trying to perform or seek approval. You're simply being present and playful. Women pick up on that authenticity, and it makes interactions feel natural rather than forced. From a psychological perspective, shared laughter synchronizes emotional states. It lowers defenses, builds rapport, and creates a sense of closeness. That's why laughter often precedes deeper emotional interest. When she leans in slightly, smiles freely, or laughs without hesitation, it's a sign she feels comfortable and engaged. You're not just entertaining her, you're creating a moment of shared ease. And that emotional resonance is far more attractive than perfect timing or clever lines. This is one of the most important signs to understand, because as attraction matures, flirting becomes quieter and more refined. It's no longer loud or obvious. Instead, it shows up through body language, timing, and subtle awareness. You might notice a woman gently adjusting her hair when you're speaking, or smoothing her clothing as you come closer. These actions aren't random. They're subconscious signals of interest. Her body is responding before her words do. Another key signal is mirroring. When she naturally copies your posture, your movements, or your pace of conversation, it shows psychological alignment. You lean back, she does the same. You smile, she mirrors it almost instantly. This happens without thought, and it's one of the strongest indicators of connection. Then there's proximity. She stands a little closer than necessary. She leans in when you speak. A brief, light touch on your arm or hand may occur. Not dramatic, but intentional. These gestures are tests of comfort and closeness. From a psychological standpoint, women often communicate attraction through physical cues long before verbal expression. When you're attentive enough to notice these signs, you realize something powerful. Attraction is already happening quietly, waiting for awareness rather than effort. One of the deepest and most underrated signs of attraction is memory. When a woman remembers small details about you, things you mentioned casually or in passing, it means you made a lasting emotional impression. Maybe you once mentioned a favorite book, a childhood memory, how you like your coffee, or a simple personal story. Days or even weeks later, she brings it up naturally. That's not coincidence. That's attention. And attention is the foundation of attraction. Psychologically, the mind remembers what carries emotional weight. When a woman listens closely and stores these details, it shows that your words matter to her. She's not just hearing you, she's absorbing you. This reflects respect, curiosity, and emotional investment. As men mature, attraction often shifts from excitement to meaning. Being remembered means you've created a sense of familiarity and connection that goes beyond surface-level interaction. It's also a sign of thoughtfulness, which many women associate with emotional intelligence and maturity. When she recalls your preferences without being reminded or references something personal you shared, she's quietly saying, "You're important enough to remember." And that kind of attraction isn't loud, but it's lasting. Time is one of the most valuable resources a person has. So when a woman creates reasons to be around you, it's a clear signal of attraction. especially when it's subtle and unspoken. She may arrive early to places she knows you'll be. She might ask for help with something she could easily handle herself. She may take interest in your routines, hobbies, or favorite spots. These actions aren't accidental. They're intentional proximity. Psychologically, humans are drawn toward environments and people that make them feel good. If your presence brings calm, respect, or emotional safety, she'll naturally want more of it. Being near you becomes the reward. This isn't about dependency or neediness. It's about comfort and connection. She enjoys how she feels when she's around you, seen, relaxed, understood. That's why she invests time, even in small ways. When a woman consistently makes space for you in her schedule, she's showing more than attraction. She's expressing interest through effort. And effort, especially when it comes to time, is one of the clearest indicators that something meaningful is beginning to form. Let's take a moment to reflect. You've just explored the real signs that show you're still highly attractive, perhaps more than you ever realized. And the most important takeaway is this: your value isn't fading, it's evolving. With age comes emotional depth, self-awareness, and perspective. You've learned who you are, what matters, and what no longer needs your energy. That clarity shows in how you move, speak, and carry yourself. And that presence is deeply compelling. Society often tells men that attractiveness belongs to the young, but true attraction isn't built on youth. It's built on confidence, stability, and emotional intelligence. The qualities you've developed through experience are the same ones that create trust, respect, and desire. The signs you've heard today aren't loud or obvious. They're subtle, psychological, and powerful. And once you learn to recognize them, you begin to see yourself differently. Not through insecurity, but through understanding. So think about it. Which of these signs have you already noticed in your own life? Which one surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this message resonated with you, support the channel by liking, subscribing, and staying connected. Remember this: a truly attractive man isn't defined by a mirror. He's defined by his presence, his depth, and how others feel around him. And by that measure, you may be far more attractive than you ever imagined. Before you go, take a second to reflect on what you just heard. Attraction isn't something you suddenly lose with time. It's something you grow into when you understand yourself and move with intention. Many men walk through life unaware of the quiet impact they already have. Awareness changes that. If even one of these signs resonated with you, let that be confirmation. Not ego, not arrogance, but grounded confidence. You don't need to chase validation. You simply need to recognize your presence. If you found value in this breakdown, support the channel by liking the video. It helps more men hear messages like this. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss future insights into psychology, attraction, and masculine self-mastery. And leave a comment below. Type 1 if you recognized yourself in these signs. Type 0 if you're still observing and learning. Either way, stay aware, stay grounded, because the strongest form of attraction is never forced, it's felt. We'll see you in the next video.